good evening, and thank you as always for those who may be tuning in to This Week with Fathers Who Care. And as always, it is indeed our pleasure to come back to you, the viewing audience, each week with information, individuals, and opportunities for additional resources to empower you, the viewing audience. You know, it has been one beautiful week so far this month, and we're still believing that teamwork can make the dream work. We've been out there laboring in the community. We've been marching in the community. We've been rallying in the community. We've been taking up a stand for righteousness' sake. We've been rallying and promoting each other, encouraging, nurturing, and most importantly, loving each other in 15. On 15, last Monday we did a big, nice community march in collaboration with other community stakeholders and some of our elected officials and law enforcement officers. Of course, you'll get a chance to meet our commander in a minute. But we really want you, the viewing audience, to know that anything that's physically possible in the community can actually happen if you are involved. If you're not involved, nothing can happen. So we really believe at Fathers Who Care that it's time to dispel the negative myth about individuals working together, about us empowering each other, believing in each other, and loving each other. So this show, we want to do a little twist. We know that there's been talk around and about, specifically about how can we bridge the relationship between law enforcement and the community, i.e. the police. And I'm happy to say that I think I got the answer. First, I believe talk to law enforcement. All right? I believe talk to commanders, or law enforcement officers, police, who are actually doing work in the community, who love to do the work in the community, who have developed the trust of the community, and who really believe in allowing their staff to be actively involved in the community. So with that being said, I've had an opportunity to meet our guests, which I will introduce to you all shortly. But I just want those of you who are watching to know that this is a live interaction television show. The number here is 312-738-1060. And this, of course, I am your servant leader for this evening, Reverend Walter Jones, the Executive Director of Fathers Who Care and the West Side Community Stakeholders, and of course our young people, the West Garfield Park Youth Council, who's actually producing this show tonight. Them young folks out there rock. We love you, Harry. They out there doing a wonderful job, and we're doing what we can to empower our young folks. So that's how we keep young folks from being involved in negative behavior, hanging out on corners, give them something to do. So these young folks are here at the studio training how to run a studio, these shows, and learning how to use these machines and camcorders and in the live studios and taping. But anyway, let me get to the show. Listen, our guest this evening is Commander Dwayne Betts of the 15th District. The commander here, I believe him. I've been watching him, and I've been trying my best to stay close to him because I really believe in the work that he's doing. I echo the stuff that he's doing. I like the fact that he's pro-community and that he's open to the community. I've seen him all over the place in 15 and other places where folks are actively involved in trying to bring about change. And this commander, I believe, and I told him this before and I mean it, that he's a commander's commander in the neighborhood because he's really committed. And I believe your staff can only be a reflection of their commander. And I think your staff epitomizes you to the T. I mean, you got some folks like Sergeant Barnes, Officer Nellum, McGee, I forget, Munzo.
You got Munoz.
You
have Tim Brown.
And those are some rock stars in 15. Again, Collins.
Also
Blaze. And well, anyway, I can't remember everybody's name, but you know who you are. And I'm letting you know on behalf of the 15 Rock. All right, how about that? 15 Rock. So, Commander, we want to first thank you so much, sir, for coming out here and for the work that you're doing in 15. And if you don't mind, we'd like to use this show as a springboard for talking specifically to the community on what we can do as a community to bridge the gap between the community and the police. I mean, I'm trying to be short with it, but I'm trying to be as detailed as possible in that I think you have shown the way of what we can do to bridge that gap. And so if that's okay with you, can we use that theme for the night and engage folks on live television?
Oh, absolutely.
The number here again is 312-738-1060. Our guest this evening is none other than the commander of the 15th District, Commander Dwayne Betts, and he's here to talk to us about what can we do as a community to bridge the gap between law enforcement, i.e. police, and the community. I know it can happen. I've seen it happen. I know that this commander is on the field doing it. So, Commander, let's get into the show. Commander, you have been so actively involved in the community, and I know you for being a commander, and I know you for you being a community person involved in the community because you're always at somebody's event and helping somebody. But who is? I want the audience to know, who is Commander Dwayne Betts? Who is Commander Betts?
Simply, I'm a dad.
Okay.
I'm a member of the community. I've been on the job 30 years. I got lovely kids, lovely wife. Come from a good household. At the same time, I managed to get away and go away to school. Went to Eastern Illinois University. And I am a proud member of the Chicago Police Department. I'm happy to be a policeman. I've been a policeman again for 30 years. And I work in the 15th District. 15th District has its challenges, but it's a very proud community, the Austin community, where I stay engaged with, as you mentioned, quite a few agencies and the schools and leaderships and stakeholders in the community, because I realize how important they are, and I want to make sure they know that I'm there for them.
Well, I believe they know it. And if not, you continuously show it, if not by your own presence, by your staff. And so I like to commend your upline for allowing you the autonomy and the wherewithal to run that district in a manner that's befitting the community, of the Austin community. Also, I'd like to thank the leadership, superintendent on down, for what they have empowered you to do,
right.
Have given you, the wherewithal and the energy and the wisdom to go out there and make things happen. So we're really, really proud of you over in 15 and your staff. Again, I say this unapologetic, that your staff is an excellent representation of you.
Well, thank you. We work hard at 15. We're all on the same wavelength. We're definitely moving to improve the conditions and situations. And I got to say, I am proud of them.
Yeah.
I love it.
You should be. But, Commander, we have, the way this show works is there's a callers coming in, and we take a second or so to entertain calls. But if you're in the process of answering some questions, we won't disturb you. But once you finish the questions, we would like to go to the callers and allow the callers to ask you a question.
Yes.
This show is not a show about any cases. We don't do cases on this show. We're not attorneys on this show. We're specifically talking about what can we do as a community and the police to bridge the gap, the cultural gaps, the geographical gaps, or whatever gaps that are hindering relationships between law enforcement and the community, i.e. the police. So if you have any other concerns that's not pertinent to trying to bridge the gap, we ask that you get in touch with us at our community meeting, which is the second Monday of the month, where we allow all folks to come out and have all the conversation you want to have, vent as much as you want to vent, and we'll give you the form to vent in. But, Commander, we're going to entertain this caller. Caller, you on the air. You'll come in the question. We have our guest this evening is Commander Dwayne Betts of the 15th District. You'll come in the question, please.
Yes, this is Nadine Griffin. I worked with him over in the 6th District. He is very good, Reverend Jones. He is an excellent officer. He is the best. We got a lot of fine officers in the city of Chicago, and he is the best. And thank you so much for accepting this call.
Thank you so much for the
Thank
call.
you.
Were you able to hear it?
Yeah, I heard something.
I think that was Griffin,
Yes.
Mother Griffin, and she was saying she know you. She worked with you. She thinks that you are not only Commander Betts, but you are the Betts. I thought I heard that.
Well, I like to give room for me to go higher, so I give myself a little space.
So thank you so much, Mother Griffin. And anytime you need us, please feel free to call on us, and we're coming. So, Commander, let's get into some of these questions, sir. It has been said, and I can echo, and I know others have echoed. She just echoed it, that you are a passionate commander. And what has brought about this change, or what created this in you in the 15? How did you become this passionate commander in the 15th?
Well, as you belong to Fathers Who Care, I'm a person who care. I am a father who
I like
cares
that.
myself.
Yeah.
And being a police officer, that just gave me the platform to be able to show people how much I care and how much, it's not much difference between myself and any individual that I encounter every day. And the easier way to put it is that I really want to see things change. And I feel like God has put me here to make a difference. And that's what we all have to do. We
I
have
like
to reach
that.
back.
I like
That's
that.
what I'm doing.
So, and you're saying what you feel, and it's obvious. And so we also echo that. But we want to go a little further because we had been trying. I'm not trying to relive anything, but we have been trying a few times to try to engage more community folk to be actively involved in becoming a police officer. So we was trying to motivate folks for on and on and on, and we want to thank those powers that be that have made it possible for folks to have had opportunities to take the test, to apply, to all of these different things that was going on, waivers, all kind of stuff. And we want to thank those powers that be for the opportunity for folks to have an opportunity to enter the force. And I guess my question to you, Commander, is why should we continue to motivate people to want to join the force?
Well, first of all, it is a good career. It's a good career that offers excellent opportunities. Not only the income is great, I can tell you that, but at the same time, when you meet people and you help improve something, you want to be there to see them grow. This being a police officer is law enforcement, yes, but there's also other branches in the department that reach out, that help kids know and learn right from wrong, how to be good neighbors, how to work with others and share in fixing something. The thing about being a police officer that a lot of people, it's a lot of miscommunication between what we do and how we do it. And you got to be, in order to make a change, you got to be part of the change. You got to make a difference. You have to say, hey, if I want to see the police in my neighborhood walking and talking, join.
Absolutely.
Be one of us
Absolutely.
and walk with us.
Absolutely. And I like that. And we just, I think I alluded to it just a little while ago. We were involved with the Good Neighbors campaign, 15 community stakeholders from the Austin community and surrounding communities. And when we did a march on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
We did a march all through Austin, around and about these different hot spots or these deleterious impact sites.
Right.
And I thought it was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day for the march. Lord, thank you for that weather. And we had a chance to join together, no violence, no trouble, no incidents of violence. And I want to think that if we, under your leadership and your staff, what are the chances of us doing that again? Of rallying the community to go out. I mean, we brought out resources about mental health training, where they can get mental health assistance and other stuff. Hold on to that thought, Commander. We're going to get this next call and then you can respond, okay?
Yes, sir.
Caller, you on the air. We have Commander Dwayne Betts of the 15th District. Your comment or question, please.
Yes, Commander, I have a question for you. My question to you is, with so much going on out here and with people being so fearful of the police, what is it that we can do as citizens to try to connect with police officers to the point where, because me, myself, a lot of us, we're scared of police. We're scared to connect and reach out to police. So tell me, what can you tell me that we can do or that even the officers can do to bridge the gap with the police officers and the community?
Thank you for that question.
Well, thank you for the question again. We have to do a better job of reaching out and talking. We got to reset our minds so that we can trust one another. And the way I think it can be done is like I do with Fathers Who Care and other agencies and organizations in the community. We got to sit down at the table. We have to have some round table discussions, and let's put everything on the table. The thing of it is, most of the things that when you say you don't trust, it's probably because we don't understand or we haven't had time to have dialogue.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you know one police officer that you say, well, I like him. Some people, after I go to events, they'll say, well, he's different, but I'm the same as everybody else. We just have to talk.
Right.
It's not going to be overnight that we change everything, but we have to take the advanced step to learn what our differences are, and we have to lower our guards and raise our expectations. We do care about you, and I really am committed to helping the youth. So that's more than enough reason, because that's our future.
Absolutely. And how about the more you know, the more you grow?
Absolutely.
You said it yourself that if we are involved, if we're involving ourselves, I mean, I make it my business, and I'm no better than no one else. I just want to be involved, right?
Right.
So I make it my business to come out to the meetings. I make it my business to be at the rallies. I make it my business to be at activities that are going on in the community that involve the community. And that's the law enforcement, that's community stakeholders, that's elected officials, or whomever it might be. I make it my business to be engaged so that when I have a voice, I can voice my concern while we engaged. Do that make sense?
Right. And I have a big obligation. When I go to roll calls, I talk to the officers, and I tell them, hey, you know, the community wants to see more of you. They want you to roll down the windows. They want you to wave at them. They want you to get out, walk, talk. Because those are things that make a little difference and also builds that trust that we want to see grow.
Now I like what you just said. When you said when you're in roll call and you're talking to your staff, you tell them that the community would like to talk to you. They would like to hear from you. Roll your window down and communicate. I think that's a good thing. So I was thinking, Commander, if folks that are watching now, if you can give them some encouragement to tell something, to say something positive to an officer as they go by, to bridge the gap or to help build trust, what would you tell them that would be something good to share with an officer if they encounter him?
Well, even just saying, hey, I appreciate you being here.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
You know?
I pray for you at night. And I hear people tell me that. And it's come out the blue sometimes. You just don't know how much that walks with me through my next day calls and everything that we deal with in a day. And it's not easy.
So you like to hear, you're touched when someone says to you that they're praying for you.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm praying for you, Commander.
Thank you.
And my folks and my constituents and my congregation and the folks that I fellowship with, we all are praying for you and your staff, that you will have safety in the neighborhood, and the angels will guide you and direct you as you go up and down these highways and byways, because sometimes it's rough out here.
It's rough, yes.
All right? And though we know we need everybody, we need each other. So, and I think if we continue to love each other, support each other, and pray for each other, then we can change some things. I just believe in that power of prayer.
Yes.
But I also believe in the power of interaction.
Yes.
That we got to communicate. But let me get back to another question. Again, you're watching Fathers Who Care this evening. Our guest is none other than our commander of the 15th District, Commander Dwayne Betts. I think he rocked personally, and I think he's doing a yeoman's job over in 15. And thank you so very much, those of you who are on his staff and those of you who make it possible for him to do the work that he's doing. But Commander, we wanted to talk more about how to engage our young people, and why it's important that our young people are actively involved in bridging the intergenerational gap between the police and the community. Because young folks do things and they don't even know why they do it. But what we're trying to tell young folks is whatever they might be doing out there in the street, to stop the violence and to come together to bridge gaps, come together with other young people and be young people. All right? Yeah. We want our young people that we're affiliated with to enjoy being young. All right? Indeed. Playing basketball, playing the Nintendo games, and not being parents too soon. So what can we do to engage more of our young folks in activities that the 15 is doing?
Well, I tell you, and that's very much a need. I talk to people every day, and I tell them this, these kids need to be involved with something positive, or they're going to find something that's negative to be involved with. So it doesn't just start with working just with the police. How about volunteering, being a Little League baseball coach and things like that? Mm-hmm. When you have a Little League team, you have 10, 12 players on there. If you have 10 teams, there could be 100 or 120 kids that you influence and their family. And they also learn some valuable lessons about winning and losing. Mm-hmm. And they learn how to work together as teammates and things like that. I put together, in my years on the job, I put together a camp out. Because some kids have never even been out in a tent, never been in a sleeping bag,
that's
things
fun.
like that. That's an open air atmosphere where they want to learn, and the police are engaged with them. So that's what we need to do. We need to give these kids some alternatives, and we need to let the kids know who are in school by having former graduates and being involved with our youth program.
You have an Explorer program too,
Our
right?
youth program, our Explorer program,
Right.
our peer jury program, and entering in many contests that we have. We have a contest going on right now that's dealing with Black History Month, and it's for youth. And we just got to keep staying with it. You know,
Well,
it's not.
I will say this, that you know, I try to pride myself on being actively involved with more commanders and districts on the west side, and I think 11, I think 15, and I think 25 are working extremely well together and in the community to make that relationship or to bridge that relationship in the community. I think that you guys are doing a serious job in these troubling times that we're dealing with, and I just say stay the course, keep doing what you got to do, because change don't happen overnight, but I see a change coming because I see people changing.
Absolutely.
People's spirits are changing. People are feeling better about things now because people are now more involved. You come to the meetings, you know.
Yeah.
So the people are more involved. When you see people involved, then that means people are not as afraid as they used to be. So I like the fact that they're coming. But let me ask this question, though, too, Commander. We had a chance to talk, you and I, and we talked about specifically some of the issues that folks are facing. You know, some folks say that they are experiencing trauma. Some folks are saying that they have issues of mental health going on. So I want to ask you a question. How can we identify and address mental health and or substance abuse needs among our young people? It looked like you got a caller. Would you like that one? You want to wait?
Well, I'll just touch that question.
Okay,
just
go ahead.
I'm just proud that
Hold the caller. We'll be right with her.
I'm just proud that the department is doing such a stellar job of getting officers trained. There's ongoing training in the academy. I am crisis intervention trained. I'm proud to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know,
What do that mean?
that means that I'm trained in areas where we can assist people who are in those crisis moments
Okay.
at an opportune time or inopportune time, and the outcome should be that much better because of the training.
Like a first responder.
Absolutely.
Okay, so crisis intervention. So you are trained, you're certified
Indeed.
to engage folks who may be going through some serious trauma.
Indeed.
So let's try this caller. Caller, you on there? You're coming to question with Commander Dwayne Betts, please.
Hi. What can law enforcement do to build a close relationship in the community?
What can law enforcement do to build a closer relationship with the community?
Well, I think that's a very good question. And what we have to do, we have to be visible in the community. We have to also let people know what we're doing. So you have to go to our websites and look at some of the stuff we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Invite us to your schools, you know, to talk to the rest of your classmates. Let's just, you know, focus on the things that we can do, and let's sit down and have dialogue about the things that's not working too, because we need to improve those.
Commander, I was at your office as we was rallying to do some work in the community, and we all was like doing our work to kind of pack bags and get bags ready to bring resources to the neighborhood.
That was our back to school event.
Right.
It was a very successful event held in our parking lot at the 15th district. We didn't do it by ourselves. We had CPS, the great schools in the Austin community came together, and you know, it exceeded our expectations greatly.
Mm-hmm.
We had over 500 kids come and engage with the police, with the teachers, and this is, when you get 500 kids to come to a parking lot and talk to teachers and talk to police.
And you
that's
do
not
the
even
Christmas
school.
stuff, all kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
So you're
we're
always
there.
actively involved. But let me ask this here, because you was talking specifically, you was talking about this mental health training, crisis intervention training, and I think that's extremely important, that more law enforcement and community are trained on how to understand what is trauma, what is crisis intervention, how to engage and how to interact. So I do know there's a group that I have been kind of working with, the Chicago Department of Public Health and the Kennedy Forum, who are now bringing additional resources, i.e. mental health training to the community.
Yeah.
But they're bringing it through the schools, they're bringing it to clergy, they're bringing it through organizations. I think that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
I think it's an excellent thing. And I think those who in the community who may be in that area of wanting to be empowered a little bit more should take advantage of that. What do you think?
I think so. I think crisis intervention is everybody's business.
Mm-hmm.
So it is sometimes another, even a barber might need to have crisis intervention training. or a pastor and teachers. You know, we all will encounter people who are in the struggle, and we all should be prepared that, listen, you know, tough times out here.
Absolutely.
And we all got to work to help make somebody's life better.
And I think we can.
We can.
I mean, no one knows everything, but together we know a lot of things, all right?
Yeah.
So if we just rally around each other and believe in each one, teach one, each one empower one, I believe there's nothing that we can't do. But I'm fit to touch on a touchy subject, so bear with me if it rubs somebody wrong. You know, I think right now, as we're going through the plight of stuff in our community, I think we need to get a little bit more into our parenting skills. I'm not saying that everybody is bad parents. I'm not implying nothing like that. But I'm thinking I think we can learn a little bit more. And we can be a little bit more nurturing. And we can be a little bit more compassionate. And we can be a little bit more aware of where our children are. Yeah. That's just my thought.
Yeah.
And so we're doing things at Fathers Who Care with the parent cafes, the parent university. Not to say that you're not a good parent, but we want to just provide you with additional support and additional activities to strengthen your parenting skills.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes absolute good sense.
So we got a caller, Commander. Your comment or question, please, for Commander Betts.
How can teens become more comfortable with law enforcement?
How can teens become more comfortable with law enforcement?
Well,
that's a good question.
I'm not sure if you're a parent or not, but that question to me means that we got some work to do, because if the parent is comfortable, I think the child can be made comfortable by just coming into the station. I don't know where you live, but you can ask your CAPS office what do they have going on.
Can we get the number when you finish that thought? So in the event someone may want to get involved with 15, that they can call you. So after you say that, we'll take your number.
So for instance, wherever district you live and reside, there's a community policing office there. Get involved and find out the things that's going on. We are doing some good things, and your kid need to be a part of it.
So, Commander, give me that number if you don't mind, to 15.
To the 15th district. Now, if you want more on your own particular district, you can go to our website, chicagopolice.com. www.chicagopolice.org.
Yeah.
And find out, but specifically for the 15th district, you can call 312-743-1495, and anyone in there, Officer Collins, Officer Barnes, Sergeant Barnes, and anyone else can address some of those questions you have about youth.
312-743-1495, the 15th district. Caller, you on air. Your comment or question, please, with Commander Betts.
How can our young people feel safe in our community?
How can young people feel safe in the community? Thank you.
Well, first of all, try not to fear, not to be afraid. That's the biggest thing. You know, you can't operate on fear. You can't even study. You can't go to class. You're running home. You're going to have to find a way to just figure out a way to make things more comfortable for you by coming and talking to the officer. If you're having some issues around your school, we have Safe School Passage. And we may need to put another officer over there. If you're seeing something, we need to know about it. Talk to your teacher, talk to the principal, and invite us up there. We can make it happen.
Hey, listen, time is moving fast, and I wanted to give the commander a brief a statement to say as we close it, but the time is on the wall. It's saying it is about all. So I want to thank all of you who are trying to get through. God bless you. We'll see you next week. So, Commander, can you give us a closing quick statement as we leave out that you want to challenge the people with?
Well, a lot of the questions fielded had something to do with how can we work together. I challenge you to come into the station and talk about working together. I challenge you to just bring your kids and talk to them more about the good things that police do. We do a lot of good things, and it's just that it's not enough time and not enough coverage.
So listen, thank you so much, and look, get involved. Get involved, join somebody's group, and join the CAPS team, the Explorers team, whatever team that you can get involved with the law enforcement, and we can make a difference. Let's keep lifting up our babies, keep lifting up our community. God bless you. Thank you so much, Commander. Thank you all for calling. Thank you all for who tried to get through and couldn't get through. But God bless you. God keep you, and we'll see you next week at the same time. Thank you so much, and good night.
God bless you.
God bless you.